Hey everybody, it's Amira. How are you? I'm back to show you a little project that I came up with. I was cruising the internet, I was on YouTube, and I came across the most inspirational video by the gorgeous Jessica Huffman, who is I'm a Cool Mom. She shows how to make these tags, and I just wanted to get up straight away and make tags. And that's what I call inspiration. So Jessica, if you're watching, thank you so much. Just so inspirational. It's exactly what I needed. And I just sat here humming away as I made these beautiful tags using my watercolors and some watercolor paper, and it was the most relaxing thing I could be doing at the moment. So Jessica makes these tags and then she goes on to layer tags and whatnot. But I'm gonna go a different direction. I came up with this idea. All right, so these are called zines. It looks like this. It's made out of one piece of paper, and you fold it a certain way, and we'll do that next. And out of that you get 8 little pieces here that you can journal on or art on or whatever you choose to do. So this is what I chose to do with it, and I'm just so in love with these little books. I think they're a great I think they're go away. My cat is here. Sweetie, sweetie. Hi. Hi. Yeah, so let's get started on how to make this project, okay? So what you're gonna need is this copier paper, and A4 is a good size. And the first thing I want you to do is fold it on the longest edge so it looks like that, and then open it up again, and then you're going to fold it this way. Okay, so then the next thing you're going to do is you are going to fold it on itself this way, and you are going to fold it this way. Okay, so you've got something that looks like this. So 2 hills and 1 valley. This is going to be the back, this is going to be the front, page number 2 and page number 3, and then page number 4, 5, 6, and 7. Alrighty, so if you just label them really lightly with a pencil, and then what I'm going to get you to do is flip over so that now you've just got the one mountain. Grab your scissors, and then you're going to cut along like that. Alrighty, so then what you're going to do is you're going to let that fall down and push it in. Just like that. Alrighty, and this is how you make a zine. This has been around for years and years. Just really quickly before we start getting painted, you've got an opening at the top, and then an opening at the side, and then an opening at the top, and then an opening at the side. You will notice that everything here on the bottom is open, alrighty? And what you want to do is you want to have them closed if you want. You want to close up your magazine or your zine. Alrighty, so just this will take, just until it sits nicely, this will take a little bit of constant scoring, not scoring, this will take a little bit of burnishing over and over and just getting your corners together. So start at the back and then just make sure, see how those 2 edges, I don't know if you can see, those 2 edges are not meeting perfectly for me. That drives me nuts. So hold the 2 edges and then burnish really well, and then you'll get it adjusted. Ready? Then I'm using a fine, this has got to be one of my most useful tools. It's about $10 for the bottle, but you can refill it, and just gets into all my little small areas. Alrighty, so you should be able to just go all the way with this one, all the way across at the bottom. I hope I'm in frame. Ready, and then press together all the way to the end. And once you get this right, you'll just be able to, it'll sit in place. So just those corners, they're the first place to start. Alrighty, so after that one's done, you're gonna just have these two here. Alrighty, you let that dry for a couple of minutes and then we'll get started. Now, as that's drying, so obviously you're gonna have, like I said, you're gonna have one opening in the side, one at the top, one at the side, one at the top. So we're gonna make tags to go in the top, and these tags are, you know, you can use them any way you like, but so what I've decided to do is I've decided to, when I send this to my snail mail buddy, I'm going to use it as a mail tag. So one of them will be a mail tag, the questions from me, and the other mail tag is going to be my answer to her. All right. So, and then I thought, okay, what about the ones on the side here? I mean, you could put them, but they're, you know, it's sticking out, so it's gonna look, you know, it's gonna look a bit funny. One at the top, one at the side, one at the top, and another in the side. And I mean, it could work if you want it. That looks all right. But what I did decide to do was I decided to make a little file folder. It's just so cute. And I'll show you how to do that, all right? So I used the envelope punch board to make this little tab, and we'll do that in a little while. Actually, we can do that right now. If you grab some of watercolor paper, I used watercolor paper for the 225 the 225 GSM. I used them for the tags and for the file folders. All right, so the tags, I mean, I used my Tim Holtz or the Sizzix tag die, but you don't have to. So my measurements were 2.5 by 4 3/4 for the tags. So for these tags, 2.5 by 4 3/4, and then these little file folders are 3 1/4 by 3. Alrighty, so I'll just show you really quickly what I did to make them, to turn them into file folders. So you've got, this is the 3 1/4 side. So if you grab your envelope punch board, you're going to insert this till it's at 2 1/4 and punch, and then flip, and then put that through to 2 1/4 and punch, and then just get rid of that there, and get rid of that there, and that's basically what you get to go in there. Alrighty, and the same with these tags. So, I mean, basically it's just cut with a trimmer. You could go ahead and do that if you wanted to, or if you don't have that, this is a little bit smaller, obviously. These are 2 1/4 by 4 3/4. But basically all you need to do is just cut off one edge, and then just to make sure that the two edges are the same and not one's longer than the other, just grab that first one, use it as a template, and then there we go. Who says you need a die tag after all, or an expensive die punch? Alrighty, so you're gonna go ahead and make 2 of these and 2 of these and 1 of these, and we'll get started on the watercoloring part. I use copier paper here, and this little one here that I've used, this is copier paper. Not a problem because you're not really saturating it. It's fine. It sits, it's a little bit thin, but otherwise it looks gorgeous. I did use 2 other pieces of paper, and I'll show you really quickly here. So one of them I use just a normal, like a cartridge paper. It's like a little bit better than copier paper. I buy this from Riot, and it says light wash, so it should be fine. And it's you know, it's a bit better. It's probably 110 GSM, although this doesn't say. But yeah, if you look up cartridge paper, it's probably about 110 GSM. The other one I tried was this one, which is a medium weight drawing, so 225 GSM, and it's quite, like, it's really, well, it says medium, but it's quite thick compared to the copier paper. And I'll just pull these out. So if you want to have a look at the difference in the thickness, I don't know if you'll be able to tell. So you can imagine. And it's really up to you. I tried all 3. All 3 are pretty good to me. And so I really don't mind what I use. I will probably go with the cartridge paper one just because it's in the middle, and I always try to stay in the middle. I am going to get this stuff out the way, get my water brush and my water ready, and I'm going to show you. I'm not gonna do these ones because Jessica has a tutorial on how to make these, and she does it really well, so I don't need to do it again. I kind of don't like repeating what other people have done because it's already out there. She's already done it, and so you should go check her video out. But I will do a few more, and I hope you like what I do. So, okay, so I'm just speeding it up now. This video took about an hour, so I just want to get through some of the boring stuff. So just sitting there watching me paint. So basically going down to the shape of this bunch of grapes, it's like a 1, then 2, then 3, then 2. That's the kind of formation that I ended up going with. And the most important thing here is to know that don't put as much spaces as I'm doing at the moment. My cat is sitting on my lap here, and he started being silly with the paintbrush, and he kept knocking and biting, and he just wanted attention. He was just putting me off, and yeah, he was really annoying. So some of those didn't turn out as well as I hoped, and I do try to go back in there, and I do try to salvage my little bunches of grapes. So yeah, the most important thing is to also rotate your papers so that they're kind of in different directions and not so orderly. Also, spacing between your fruits is, see, he's back again. Spacing between, the spatial distribution between them, just to make it look, pleasing to the eye, is really important. So yeah, at the moment, so I'm using that purple color there. Purple is my favorite color. And at the moment, you're thinking, what is this? I don't even know what she's making. That's what I'm thinking now myself. But once I start going in with the greens, it will kind of start looking, salvageable. So here we go with some of the green leaves and cat's back on my lap. He's realized that I now hide in my art room a lot more than usual, and so he meows and he tries to find me, and he wants to do cuddles, and yeah, life of a cat, right? So yeah, so with those leaves, they look kind of good there. So trying to go back in there with that, deepening the color of the purple and filling in. The most important thing is to fill in the spaces. Don't leave the spaces like I have done there. If you see my little scratch piece on the side there, that's still perfect. And yeah, don't leave spaces. All right. So that tag looks like it's done. So now the tag is going to go in the top. So whatever corresponding page you're going to put it in, you're then going to fill in that panel with the same fruit. Or that's what I decided to do. So when I made the tag, I did the corresponding fruit on the panel, and then when I made the file folder, again, whatever I put on the file folder, I put in on that panel. And I'm just trying to be a little bit quick here. And yeah, you've got the 2, then 3, then 2, and then 1 at the bottom there, giving it some kind of a triangle shape. And coming off the side there, I thought also looks good. That makes it look cohesive. And I did leave some spacing, thinking that perhaps you might want to stamp something, a sentiment, or write a friend's name or quote or something like that. Don't fill it too much. So for the opposite page, I wanted to go for another color, complementary color, so I chose red. And we're going to do cherries. Cherries are really easy, so 2 circles, 2 red circles, and then 1 off the side as well. And then grab some green, and then just connect the 2 like that. It's really simple, you guys. It's very, it's just easy art, and just have fun. Once you put the color red down, go in with a second color of red, and so deepen one side, and maybe put some white on the other side to make it look like a shine, so it looks more dimensional. But yeah, really, really easy. So just have fun with that one. Okay, so the next one we're doing is going to be a peach. What I did here was I just used an already peachy color that's from my palette. If you don't have that color, peach is just a combination of yellow and red, more yellow than red. So what I did here was I just used the peach color. Then on one side I put yellow, and then on the other side I put red, because if you look at a peach, it's got shines of yellow and orange and red. It's such a beautiful fruit if you really think about it. And so I mixed it there, so the peach looks lovely. I love peaches, actually. Peaches are one of my favorite fruit. Just a little bit of like gray to indicate the stalk, then a little leaf. Anything, I think if you put a leaf on anything, it looks really magical at the moment. So, and then that one is one with a side loading pocket. So you're going to put a file folder in there, so just grab a file folder and repeat. Quite easy to do. So yeah, yellow on one side, red on the other side, then go back in with a wet brush and softly merge them together so that there's a little bit of yellow on one side, then a peachy color, and then a little bit of red on the other side. So really pretty. Alrighty, drying it up here and then sticking it into my zine. And then on the other side, I decided to go with something blue. So I decided to do blueberries, and no brainer, blueberries are like blue. And I did put a little bit of purple on the side just to deepen that color, and then I did put a little bit of white on the other side. You can use a gel pen as well, just to give it a shine off the blueberries. So they're very cute. And again, I used a teeny tiny little bit of green and did 2 leaves. And so we're on to the next one, and I'm deciding to do slices of orange, like wedges of orange. And as you can see on the side there, I did do a little test and looked alright, and so I decided to go ahead and do it. So I'm using like a like a lighter orange to do the pulpy part, and then I'm using my darkest orange to do the rind. And then I give it a really good heat blast, and I go in with the white. And like I said earlier, you can use a white gel pen. I couldn't be bothered to get up because the cat was still around. So I just used the white from there, and it works okay. The gel pen would have been probably more opaque than the white of the watercolor, but it still works okay. So you're just doing that triangle type. So yeah, oranges. I love oranges. Oranges are my favorite. Okay, so watermelons, same thing. So you're going in that semicircle formation, and I love that hot pink. It's so perfect for watermelon. I just went in a second time there just to deepen the color. Then on the other side, for the rind, I'm using that lime green, which I'm almost out of because that must be my favorite color. So I'm going to dry it up here, and then going in for the rind, do make sure that you leave a tiny little bit of white, because remember, there is just that little bit of white that I never like to eat on a watermelon. So don't go too much to the edge. And then you're going to have to give it another heat because you need to put some seeds in, even though it's hard to find watermelon with seeds nowadays because they're all GMO, I guess. If there's no, I don't think so. I think they're just bred out, hopefully. So yeah, black seeds, they look so good. And you just use the tip of the brush to form them. And yeah, looks good. Dry it so it doesn't smear. And I stuffed up on that one, so I went back in. And with watercolors, it's great because you can just add some water, dab it off, and then reapply. Some of them were a little bit lighter, so I went back in and then heat it up again, and then add the black seeds to that last one. Almost there. Almost there. That looks good. So you're going to want to do the corresponding file folder for that one. Okay, so for this one, I've already made the tag there just to save you some time. And so it's a pear, so a pear has that rounded bottom, and then it gets really narrow at the top. And what I did here was I decided to use a light green, but then I thought, well, it's also a combination of a little bit of yellow in there too, so I put down the yellow on one side and green on the other side, and then used a little bit of gray for the stalks, and then put in a darker green, noticeably darker green for the leaf, and then went back in with the yellow just to make it more dimensional. Alright, so on the back here we are going to do strawberries, and these are really easy. They're pointy at the bottom and flattish on the top. So you just do that kind of shape, and then you put in some wild green tops there. I love the green, always looking good. And then give it a good dry, and yeah, just get in some little black dots. Okay, so we're almost coming to the end here, and we've got everything pretty much colored in. So we've got pears, blueberries, peaches, cherries, grapes, oranges, watermelon, and strawberry. Now, one thing that I thought would look good is if we stamp the sentiment. Thank you for your friendship. And looks good. And here, ripped on this one. Gosh, I love that. All right. And with that one, ta-da! Gosh, I love that. I wonder if that will look really good there as well. So good. I like it. Really good. All right. So like I said, you guys, I've just had so much fun making these. So you have the option of so many different things. And in true paper clip art style, if for those of you who don't know, we have a paper clip art group on Facebook where we make and share all cute paper clips. I'm gonna choose to do one of these as a closure. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you get to make one of these. I think this deserves one of my stamps. Awesome. I really enjoyed making this, and I hope you guys do too.